Sawadee Krap, and welcome to our new Buddhist channel where we're going to be discussing all manner of Buddhist topics, practical Buddhism and theoretical Buddhism. Today I'm going to start with some theoretical Buddhism. I'm going to get right down to the foundation of it. I'm going to discuss the foundation words in the Bali language that give the meaning to the teaching. The Bali language is the language that Buddha used himself, and it's a language very well adapted for philosophical concepts. The first word I'm going to talk about is Dharma. Dharma means laws, and it means an object that is governed by laws. So that's the Dharma. The Dharma is the law and the thing that the laws apply to. The second word is Rupa. Rupa means physical. It means a physicality, a physical system. So if we look at the solar system, our solar system is a Rupa. It's a Rupa Dharma, which means that it's a physical system that is governed by laws. And most of us who took science at school will know something of the physical laws that govern the solar system. Gravity and centrifugal force. Gravity pulls in. Centrifugal force pushes out, and we know that the solar system is a system in stable equilibrium. It runs the same every day. Now, rupas are not permanent, however. Even the solar system is not permanent. One day a foreign object will enter, an asteroid or something, and that will cause the Dharma of the solar system to change. The orbits of the planets will change. They will have to readjust, and it will throw the solar system out of stable equilibrium and into a state of dynamic equilibrium. Dynamic equilibrium means that the system will readjust and the Dharma will be re-established, and it will still be the solar system. It will be somewhat different, but it will still be the solar system Dharma Rupa as we know it, pretty much as we know it. Now, if a really large object comes in or a really large force is applied, the Dharma will actually be broken. The planets will fly off and the sun will explode, whatever. And the solar system will be totally unrecognizable. So that Dharma will have ended, and that Rupa will have ended. It will have broken the laws that govern it. It will have fallen totally out of equilibrium. So the Dharma is the laws that govern the equilibrium and the equilibrium itself. The Rupa is the physical system that is governed by those laws. The next word I'm going to talk about is Citta. Citta is to do with perception, and it's to do with living beings. Rupa is inorganic. Citta applies to organic beings, and it's the way organic beings look at things, and more important, recognize them. The light goes into your eyes, it goes to the retina. It's really just a set of dots at that point of confusing images, like that which a baby sees. A baby still can't recognize things, but it gets into the visual cortex, and there it links up with memories of objects, and recognition is formed. The first recognition is usually of the mother's face. You learn to recognize your mother's face, and then you learn to recognize more and more objects. And that process of recognition is called Citta. So, okay, I look at a table, I know what a table is. I don't have to see the whole of the table, or it can be a bad light, I just see the corner of it, but I still know it's a table. The Citta still works. So, for me to perceive a table, I need Citta, Rupa, Dharma, because in the Bali language, you can just string words together like that to form a new word. So you can say Citta, Rupa, Dharma. Now, Citta arises, but it never arises on its own. Every time you see an object, there is always a motion, and an emotion accompanies that. And that emotion is called a cetasika. The cetasika is the emotion that you feel when you recognize something. So if I look at something that pleases me, something that I consider beautiful, I recognize it, and that's the Citta, and then the cetasika jumps in and gives me the right emotion. So I feel a pleasant emotion, I feel pleased. If I look at something that displeases me, the opposite is true. I get the recognition of a filthy rubbish dump or something, and a negative emotion. I feel some distress at seeing that. So the cetasika is the emotion. So we can now say that if I look at a table, the table, to me, from the perspective of myself as a human being, the table is cetasika rupa dharma. So the emotion that I feel for looking at the table, the process of recognizing the table, the physicality of the table itself, and the laws that govern that physicality. That's covered in that string of words. The next word I want to talk about is dukkha. Dukkha it means suffering, and the root of suffering is pain. And the root of pain, well, there are many causes of pain. There is loss. There is pain through deterioration of the body. All the physical forms of pain and mental forms of pain and the most profound forms of pain are all dukkha. But pain is the root of dukkha. But the most pervasive form of dukkha is actually fear. It's the fear of pain that causes actually more problems than the pain itself. It's the fact that we know that we are going to suffer causes us to fear, and that causes us to react irrationally. So dukkha is dangerous in itself, and it's dangerous in the effect it has upon us. And all the little pains we suffer over our lifetime, they all leave little scars in our soul. Every time a friend betrays us, every time we fail to achieve what we wish to achieve, every time something that we love is taken from us, these all leave little scars. And this is dukkha. This is the essentiality of dukkha. And the reason that we have dukkha is because things are impermanent. And this brings us on to the next word, which is anatta. And anatta is often translated as non-self, but I don't like negative definitions. We need a positive definition here. So the essence of anatta is it means something that is temporary and something that cannot be fully controlled. So okay, my body is it's a loan, or more precisely, we can call it a rental, because there's a price to pay. The price for owning a body is dukkha. You pay in pain and you pay in fear. And that's what the Buddha recognized, and the Buddha wished to escape from this pain and fear so that we could gain true peace and true contentment and true knowledge. And that has to be done for something that is permanent. So everything in the world, the rupa, the citta, the cetasika, all these things are impermanent. These are types of dharma that are impermanent. These are anatta. So you can say that the whole of the physical universe and everything we think and feel is anatta, cetasika, citta, rupa, dharma. It's temporary things that cause temporary emotions through recognition that is temporary, of objects that are temporary. But the Dharma remains, because the laws that govern things don't change. The laws are still there. It's the objects that change. And that brings us to the last and the most important word, which is Nibbana. Now, Nibbana is also a type of Dharma. It has laws. And it has an actuality, it's real, and it has laws. But the Dharma is very difficult for us to perceive, because we can't use the process of recognition that we use, the citta that we use, will not work for Dharma. And the cetasika, we don't have a cetasika for it. It's a bit like if we were a primitive tribe who've never seen a TV. They see a TV for the first time, and they can't comprehend it. It takes quite a while for the sitter to be able to comprehend that. And this is the problem with Nibbana. We can't comprehend it, and the reason we can't comprehend it is because it has no beginning and it has no end. We're used to defining things by their beginnings and their ends and their limitations. And Nibbana is a type of Dharma that has no limitation. It's eternal and it's everywhere. And it's very hard for us to comprehend something like that. And the process of this comprehension, of learning to comprehend and understand Nibbana Dharma, is what the practice of meditation is all about. And this is what we're going to be talking about. It's not something that can be covered in 5 minutes. So I'm going to say Sawadee Cup for now.